Hey, I'm finally putting out a new video. I just wanted to put this little clip in just to say I'm sorry. Some of these video clips were not good. I don't know what happened. I went to Michigan for a week and took my camera with me to film something. It's been acting weird ever since, and a lot of people are saying it's from the X-ray machine. I don't know. So if this just looks like shit, I don't know what to do. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. I hope you enjoy it. All right. Hey, welcome back. This time around, I thought I would do something a little bit different. I've always kind of been a fan of anime. It hasn't been a big partake in my life. I've just kind of watched here and there shows every once in a while. But obviously with the hype this year, I just kind of had to jump on the train and just start going full throttle. At the beginning of the year, Netflix kind of recommended a show to me. Then I had seen a friend post something about it on Facebook and how amazing it was and how if you were thinking about watching it, watch it. So I messaged them and they were like, do it. So I sat down, watched it, fell in love with it. It was such a great show. If you couldn't tell, it's called The Promised Neverland. Here's a little reenactment of me coming up with this great idea. So first we're going to start out getting our lights and putting them in the gem molds. They were really kind of difficult to punch through. I did try 2 different methods where I thought I could just kind of lean them out instead of punching through the gem mold, but it didn't really transfer well. The prongs for the lights just kind of stuck at a weird angle and it was really hard to work with. Punching them through was the best option for me. Here we are just testing it to see that the battery and the light still works. Like always, take your A and B resin mix. Stir for the allotted time. I had a little bit more than just the 3 gems I had planned on making, so I hurried up and quickly made 3 more, just in case. It's always good to have backups, right? After they sat for a couple seconds, I came back with a lighter, burned the bubbles on top. Unfortunately, this didn't really help with the bubbles inside. I'm sure I need a pressure machine that will cure that, and I just don't have anything like that. Next, I'm unfortunately not trusted to be soldering, so I had help with this part. This was kind of a first time for the both of us to do this, so they're not cute solders, they're not pretty solders, not A+ solders, but it's okay, it's a learning curve. It was really fun to do. So we split the wires, we put shrink wrapping tubes on them as well. Next, taking the gems, matching up the positive wire with the negative wire. There is a little tell on the light. The shorter of the 2 prongs is the negative. The longer one is the positive. So we just wrap the wires around. Made sure that they were kind of secure and that everything was touching. This is actually a wood burning tool, but it did come with soldering and things like that in the kit itself, so might as well, right? Once cooled, we moved on to the positive side and did the same thing, wrap the wires, and then solder it. We don't have a helping hand, so I tried my best. It was really kind of frustrating sometimes trying to get the solder to heat up with this wood burning tool. The tip of it would not heat up, so we always had to use the sides, but it kind of is deceiving because you want to use, obviously, the tip. Just a heads up if you guys ever try this method. Next, we're just going to seal the heat shrinking wrap. So like I said, I did have 3 of them, so you're going to copy and paste this process to all 3. I did put a larger shrink wrap on top of it just to kind of secure them a little bit better. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just feel like it gave it a stable neck, if that makes sense. Also applying the stand to that outer shrink wrap just to kind of, again, give it a stable area to hang on to. After all 3 were soldered and shrink wrapped, this is like a floral tape. First of all, it's disgusting and I hate the way it feels, so you'll see me fidget with my fingers a lot. I'm very sorry. But all you have to do is just wrap it around. I did use tape, which was a bad idea. I just should have used a hot glue gun, so that's my tip. It also smells really weird. Yeah, it is an interesting texture. Like I said, it was sticky. It was rough. It was really rough to work with for me. Like I said, I use tape, not a fan. Use hot glue. That's what they look like when they're done. This is kind of like a backtrack, and I understand that, sorry. This is me just kind of creating a wire set and how I want them to lay out. That green thing you see in the pot is, I actually don't know what they're called at the moment. They are just like a more of like a flower prop kind of thing for fake flowers, or I'm sure you could put real flowers in them to hold them. Again, I really hate the way that felt. You will see me switch between gloves multiple times because it was just the worst feeling. But yeah, I just was testing this out, just trying to see how secure it could be in there. One large, one small, and one medium-sized base, I guess you could call it. And luckily with these wires, it's really nice because they're able to bend and move and hold a shape that you would like. Next, we wrap all the negative wires and all the positive wires together. And then added it to the battery pack. Here you can see not all of them are lighting up, but we kind of got frustrated at this point, unraveling them and then trying to check what was wrong with that longest one. Come to find out, the battery prong at the top had snapped in the process of either wiring them, wrapping them, shrinking it, the heat shrinking tube. Instead of making a new one, we just kind of decided to leave it out, which I am sad. I wish there was 3. I will probably go back and make a different one later on in life, and hopefully I have learned some new things from this. Next, I didn't film this part, but we soldered the other 2 to the battery. And as you see, it turns on. I did forget the shrink wrap on there. Sorry that it looks messy. Taking one of those flower foam things, I cut it in half and then wanted to make it a support base basically for the stems to kind of grow out of. Again, I really hated that feeling, so I really tried not to touch it too much, but you'll see me just completely freak out later on over it. Also, I have the world's shittiest glue gun. Oh my god, this thing just infuriates me 90% of the time. I hate using it. It just is the worst glue gun I've ever owned in my life. I need to get another one. Realizing there was kind of a big gap in the front, I just took another one and cut off a small chunk, gluing it and then sticking it in there to kind of keep the support going. There's me fed up, as you can see. I got this moss from Michael's, and next this is just me trying to figure out the best way to get this little on and off switch a place to stay. And then next you just take some of the moss and just go to town with it. Fill in the spaces that you feel need to be fuller or you're trying to cover. Obviously the main objective is to cover all of the green base for your gem lights. I was actually having a lot of fun with this part. This is probably my favorite, just trying to see where they can all fit and mold into. And here's the finished product. Can't really see the battery pack, which was the plan, so I'm happy about that. It's right there, easy on and off switch. Sorry the camera's out of focus, of course. Alright, well I hope you liked it. Stick around for more. I do plan on making some other things from other animes that I've been watching recently. We'll just see how good my skill is, because that's gonna determine everything. I just want to go over some things that I wish I would have done differently, or I will do differently the next time. One, just make the third stem. I really wanted it in there. I don't know why, I just always let my nerves get the better of me. That's something I definitely need to work on, and just go calm, collective, you know. 2, I wish I would have put leaves on it. That it was a big thing. I didn't realize until after I had even filmed the ending that it would have looked better with the leaves attached. I can still go in and put them in with hot glue. That's not a big issue. It just, you know. And I'd also like to just figure out the whole bubble issue. Was it just the resin that I had? Was it me not doing something right? I just want to look into that more and see how to get rid of bubbles within resin. Like I said, I just might need a pressure chamber. I'm not sure, because I've seen other people do resin casting and there is no bubbles. Either way, you learn, make mistakes, you grow from it. So, I'll see you guys around.